Shores is a beautiful coastal city located on the Olympic Peninsula. It's known for its stunning beaches, lush forests, and unique wildlife, and it's no wonder why Washingtonians all over drive out west every summer for a peaceful getaway or adventure-filled vacation. It's gotten so popular that you'd be lucky to find an affordable vacation rental or hotel in the summer seasons. If you come to Ocean Shores frequently, then you may have thought about purchasing a vacation home. In this video, we'll go over all the things that you should know before purchasing a vacation home in Ocean Shores.
The first thing is choose your location wisely. And the reason for that is because Ocean Shores is small, but depending on where you're at, the climate can vary, especially, it could be windy in one part and like really mild in another part. Like the North Jetty, for example, is super windy. And you can probably talk a little bit about that because you lived on the North Jetty, right?
Yeah, so when we first moved here, we lived on the Duck Lake side, and I didn't realize this until moving to the North Jetty, but it is completely different. It's almost a different climate. Like, it can be pretty peaceful by the lake, and then when you get closer to the ocean, the wind gets pretty intense to the point where your trash cans can be blowing all over the place. And if you've been following us for a while, you know this, but there's not as many trees by the North Jetty, and it just gets pretty intense wind and rain in the winter months.
And recently there was such a bad windstorm, and it wasn't just at the North Jetty, but like along Point Brown. I felt like everybody's trash cans were getting knocked over, and it was garbage day. There was trash everywhere. So it's totally worth it to get that lock on your garbage can when you're calling to get your trash service. That way, if it goes over, you don't have to pick up all that trash off the ground.
Yeah, it's crazy how often that happens around here. You're driving down the street and you just see trash cans like blown over, either from a bear getting into it or from the wind just completely knocking it over.
Yeah, so depending, if you're on the North Jetty side, it's a little windier than kind of like the bay side or like the inner areas, like where the Bell Canal is. And the canal front homes, by the way, I don't think we talk about them enough. A lot of people kind of like that lakefront property or, the ocean side, but the canal fronts are really nice too because you have your dock, you can just park your boat there. And there's 23 miles of interconnected waterways here. So you could take your boat and just head out to like the bigger lakes like Duck Lake, where you could go fishing, even water skiing. It's really neat.
It really is. And you don't think of Ocean Shores as a place where you're gonna go hang out on the lake, but it's so peaceful, and riding through the canals is pretty cool. Like, we went through Duck Lake and just explored the canals a little bit, and I almost felt like we were like in the Everglades or something. There's just like wildlife all around. We saw a deer just like walking over to the other side. See otters, you see cranes, eagles, and everything. It's pretty cool. And when we first moved here, I didn't realize, like, we know that there's deer, but there's also bears. There is the occasional cougar walking around, but you're not going to see them. If you watch our previous video, you're not going to see them just, walking around throughout the day. They pretty much kind of stay to their own until the nighttime, when the bears like to come and get through your trash can. So you'll want to get those locking trash cans that you can get from the local garbage service, which is LeMay's. They have locking trash cans that will help to protect from bears and then also wind.
By the way, if you're liking our video, help us out by hitting the like button and subscribe so that you don't miss out on future videos. So the next thing that you'll want to know is in regards to short-term rentals. Now, we get this question asked a lot, and it's usually one of the first things that people ask us when they're purchasing a vacation home in Ocean Shores is, would I be able to use it for an Airbnb? And the answer to that is probably not, because you have to buy a property that's zoned for short-term rentals. Ocean Shores is not like most places where you could just do an Airbnb anywhere you want. You have to have the proper zoning, and they're few and far between. Most of the short-term rentals are usually located either in North Ocean Shores or around the jetty or Damon Point, and there are a few others, but there aren't that many. So if that's something you're looking to do, you just have to go in knowing that you're gonna probably pay a little extra because they do go fast as well.
And if you're interested in a short-term rental, or if you're interested in buying a property for your vacation home that you also want to rent out on Airbnb, send us a message and we can set up a search so that we can send those listings to you right when they come on the market. So send us an email, we'll link our email below. So another option, if you want just a getaway from the city, but buying a home is just a little expensive for you and where you're at right now, you can also consider buying a vacant lot. And you can buy these lots for under $100,000 and set it up as a camping lot that you could camp for up to 90 days out of the year. You'll see them throughout Ocean Shores. People will set up their RVs, fire pit, have it all fenced off, and then when their family wants to get away, they can just drive from Seattle or Olympia and come stay for the weekend. People will ask, why is there a rule that I can't stay in my own property for longer than 90 days out of the year? And the answer is it's been discussed a lot in like the city council meetings. As of right now, a lot of the residents don't really want someone camping next door to their house. And so it's been a topic that's been kind of up in the air for a few years now. But as of right now, you can camp for up to 90 days out of the year.
So another thing that you should know about Ocean Shores is that when you purchase property here, you are most likely going to be in the community club, which means that you'll be paying about $155 per year. And you get access to all the amenities of the community club, like the swimming pools, the workout room, there's a basketball court, game room, and there's also a cafe with a full kitchen where you can order food, meet with your friends. And there's a main community club, which is right off the bay. It's really pretty. And there are other community clubs kind of that are smaller with swimming pools located kind of around Ocean Shores. So it's kind of like a fun thing that you get if you buy property here. Even if you buy a vacant lot, you will still be in the community club. Most likely. There are very few homes that aren't in it, but you have the option of going into it by paying the dues. But once you start, you can never get out of it. So
Yeah.
make sure that's something you really want to do before getting into it.
Yeah. And it's not bad for having a gym and access to pools and parks and all that for $150 a year. Like that's
cheap.
Yeah, I probably paid that much for just a gym membership in Seattle for two people. So
yeah,
it's really affordable. And if you have your vacation home, then you have a place for your family to go swimming, and there's a sauna and all that there. So
and by the way, your whole family can go for free. If you have guests, like sometimes we have relatives, so like our nieces and nephews come, and they're only, I think, $2.
Yeah,
something like $2 extra per person. So it's a really good deal if you have family members that come in to town to see you.
The next thing we want to talk about is if you're not staying here full time, you really want to make sure to winterize your home. Even though the weather is milder here, it doesn't get as cold. This year was different. There was everything froze over and a lot of people's pipes were bursting. So it's just important to just be prepared, and before you head out and know you're not coming back for a few months, just make sure you get everything winterized. And also make sure you pack your toys and put them away somewhere, because it gets very windy in the winter and you don't want, your canoes or anything just blowing away. So
or rusting or something, because the rain will sometimes come sideways.
Yeah.
Even if you put it under a cover, you want to make sure it's completely covered, like put it in the garage or something.
Definitely, because the salty air is very harsh, and you're probably gonna have to do a little bit more to maintain your house in such, in such a windy area by the coast.
We hope this video helped you. If you're looking into buying a vacation home, or if you have questions, send us an email. We would love to be your real estate resource. And also make sure that you go watch this video, The Weirdest Things About Ocean Shores. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Bye.